everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I just put some wind in your ears there. Today, we're going to listen to Dr. Feelgood. I've never heard of the band, so I don't know exactly what we're getting into here, but the title of this track is really interesting, and that's kind of what got my attention. Milk and alcohol. Sounds like a really bad combination, although I guess you could kind of get away with it if you're talking about like coquito or some sort of maybe horchata that has some little alcohol in. I don't know. You could probably get away with it in certain drinks. Anyways, this is from, like I said, Dr. Feelgood, their album Private Practice, released in 1978. Now, this track was recommended to me, I would say specifically by Kev Darby. I see a thumbs up for HPSOS. Actually, pretty much on every recommendation from Darby. HP, you recommended as well. And then I see Mark Green here also recommending the track. So, like I said, the song title definitely got my attention, and I'm very curious as to hear what kind of band Dr. Feelgood are, what this song is going to sound like. If I'm telling you, if I'm just like putting a guess out there, looking at the album cover, I'm expecting something perhaps a bit new wavy, perhaps a bit weird. But who knows until we listen. So let us go ahead and do that. Milk and alcohol. Let's go.
Stay put. I wanna go. Hard work. Bad show. Got 'em on milk and alcohol. We're screaming all around. I pulled on over and I shut it down.
Not at all what I was expecting, and yet the sound definitely fits in with the album cover. I'll tell you that. All right, Milk and Alcohol. So we have like a heavy, kind of, not modern, but, you know, for late 70s, a modern, old style blues track, rock and roll track, but with a little bit of different nuances, specifically the singing. On the vocals here, hold on, let me pull that up here for you and for myself. That's going to be, I believe, Lee Breleau on the vocals on this one. I believe that he's going to be the one singing. That would take me, I would have to get used to that. If I'm being honest, I didn't really care for it. I get it. It sounds like a little bit of not a joke song, because that's not what I mean to say, but like he's not taking it too seriously. The story, I think, is kind of silly too, with the milk and alcohol thing. I don't know. Eventually he gets pulled over for drunk driving, which isn't silly, but you know. But the singing, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm curious as to know, is all the singing from Dr. Feelgood like this? Kind of, I guess it does kind of stumble into a kind of drunken stupor in a sense. And so I guess it kind of works with the themes there. I do like the guitar solo. I do like some of those guitar riffs in there, nice and heavy. I didn't love this track. I'll tell you that right away though. But I would be open to listen to a little bit more from them. But I'm not a huge fan of it. Looking at the lyrics. White boy in town, big black blue sound. Nightclub, I paid in, I got a stamp on my skin. Okay, so we're going to see a show. Main attraction, dead on his feet. Black man rhythm with a white boy beat. They got him on milk and alcohol. Got him on milk and alcohol. So that drink is not common. That concoction is not combining very well for him. And I guess the main attraction, whoever's on stage to perform that night, he's not too alive. He's not doing so well. Stay put, I want to go, hard work, bad show. More liquor, it don't help. He's going to die, it breaks my heart. I decided eventually this ain't doing a thing for me. They got him on milk and alcohol. Got up, I walked out to the car, started up, feel bad, sad night, never saw the red light. So he ran the red light, cop pulls him over. Sirens are screaming all around, I pulled on over and shut her down. The black cop gave me a shove with his gun, set up against the wall and don't make her run. So the alcohol wasn't helping whoever was on stage, and also, you know, him who decided to drink and drive and ran the light, and etc., etc. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. This says that this song, let's see, the song was Dr. Feelgood's biggest hit and continues to be played by the band. Okay, it was written in 1978 by Nick Lowe, and John Gippy, Mayo, reportedly retells Lowe's 1970s experiences drinking one too many Kahlua milk drinks at or after a U.S. concert by bluesman John Lee Hooker. Okay, so that makes more sense that it's about Kahlua. I didn't really put those two together. But yeah, that makes more sense then. Because at first I'm thinking, milk and alcohol just doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe, you know. However, while the song anonymously criticizes Hooker, Ironically, it was inspired by Hooker's own lyric about milk, cream, and alcohol. It says it was released as a single on United Artists in 1979. The record reached top 10 in the UK singles chart the same month it was released, so it definitely was a success. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it. Milk and Alcohol was the band's fourth hit single in the UK. For much of the 1970s, the musical world was perceived as being dominated by fey glam rockers and 15-minute Mellotron solos. I do like that approach. Yeah, I understand that. Can I tell you though? I would definitely be in line for a 15-minute Mellotron solo. I'm just saying. When Milk and Alcohol was played in the pubs of Canvey Island in the late 1970s, the song came across as a radical departure that contributed to a short, sharp shock of roots rock. Okay, yeah, I can understand how that would perhaps break up some of the monotony on the radio or in the mainstream at the time. Yeah, I get it. And it would probably be a fun song to hear live. It's definitely a little bit of a, I mean, not only just because of the lyrics, but it's probably a little bit of a good bar song kind of thing. So anyways, hey, let me know what you guys thought, though. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for the recommendations. As well, you can let me know what you guys thought in the comments. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you, as always, for being here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.